Good. You finally showed up. Not the version they laughed at, not the version they tried to control, but this one, the one they can't explain, the one that makes their voice shake when they say your name. Because something happened, didn't it? Everything switched in one night. And the funny part, you didn't announce it. You didn't post about it. You didn't warn them. You just changed. See, that's what terrifies people the most. Not noise, not anger, not revenge. Silence, followed by transformation. Yesterday they had you figured out. They had you labeled, boxed, categorized like some harmless little story they could laugh about over cheap conversations and weaker minds. You were predictable, safe, easy to dismiss. And now? Now they're defending you like their survival depends on it. Isn't that interesting? The same mouths that mocked you are now correcting others about you. The same eyes that overlooked you are now watching every move like it's a coded message. The same people who tried to break you are now acting like they always knew you were different. But you and I both know the truth, don't we? They didn't realize anything. They felt it, that shift, that presence. Because you didn't just improve, you didn't just grow. No, you fractured and then rebuilt something they don't recognize. You see, pain does something beautiful when it's processed in silence. It splits you. On one side, the version of you that still believes in light, in meaning, in something pure, the one that wanted to be understood, the one that gave people chances they didn't deserve. And on the other side, the other side is where it gets interesting. That's where the calculations live. That's where the cold decisions are made. That's where emotion stops being your master and starts becoming your weapon, angel and demon, saint and psychopath. And the moment those two sides stop fighting and start cooperating, that's when people start panicking, because now you're unpredictable, and unpredictability is power. You don't react the way they expect anymore. You don't chase, you don't explain, you don't defend yourself like before. No. Now you observe. Now you let silence stretch just long enough to make them uncomfortable. Now you let people reveal themselves while you give them nothing. And it's driving them insane because they can't read you anymore. And when people can't read you, they can't control you. That's why everything switched overnight. Not because the world suddenly became fair, not because people suddenly became good, but because you stopped playing the role they assigned to you. You stepped out of the script. And once you do that, the entire system glitches. They don't know whether to fear you, admire you, or protect themselves from you. So they do something even more revealing. They start defending you, not out of loyalty, out of survival, because somewhere deep down, they realize they miscalculated. They thought you were weak because you were quiet. They thought you were soft because you were kind. They thought you were blind because you didn't react. But what they didn't understand is that you were watching, learning, adapting, becoming something that doesn't need validation, doesn't need approval, doesn't even need revenge. Because the ultimate revenge is evolution, and now they're stuck in a paradox. If they attack you, they risk exposing themselves. If they ignore you, they feel irrelevant. If they support you, they look like they were wrong all along. So they choose the only option that protects their ego. They defend you, and every time they do, it kills them a little inside. Isn't that poetic? You didn't force them. You didn't confront them. You didn't even acknowledge them. You just became unavoidable. That's the power of duality mastered. You can be calm and dangerous, kind but unreachable, present but never fully available. And that contradiction, that's what makes you magnetic, because humans crave certainty, and you've become the opposite of that. You're the question they can't answer, the pattern they can't decode, the presence they can't ignore. And the more they try to understand you, the deeper they fall into confusion, because you're not one thing anymore. You're not the version they remember. You're the result of every betrayal you survived, every silence you endured, every moment you realized no one was coming to save you. You became your own solution, and that's terrifying to people who still depend on external validation to exist. So let them talk. Let them defend you. Let them rewrite history just to make themselves feel safe around what you've become. Because the truth is, they're not protecting you. They're protecting themselves from you, from your unpredictability, from your detachment, from the quiet intensity that doesn't beg, doesn't chase, doesn't explain. And here's the part they'll never admit out loud. They respect you now. Not the loud kind of respect. Not the fake applause. No, the kind of respect that comes with fear. The kind that makes people careful with their words around you. The kind that makes them think twice before crossing you again. The kind that forces them to adjust because they know you won't. And you didn't even ask for it. You earned it the hard way, through pain, through isolation, through nights where you had to rebuild your mind while the world slept. So don't you dare go back. Don't you dare shrink yourself just to make them comfortable again. Because the moment you do, the illusion breaks. Stay unpredictable. Stay evolving. Stay just out of reach. Just beyond understanding. Because that's where your power lives now. Not in being liked, not in being understood, but in being unforgettable and uncontrollable. And the scariest part, this is just the beginning. They think everything switched overnight. But you and I both know, this transformation, it's still unfolding. And that's what they still don't understand. That what they're witnessing right now, this sudden shift, this uncomfortable respect, this strange need to defend you like their life depends on it. This isn't the final form. This is just the first ripple. You see, they're reacting to the surface of your evolution, the visible glitch in the system, the part they can almost explain if they squint hard enough and lie to themselves. But beneath that, beneath that is something far more dangerous. Because now you've tasted it. You've felt what it's like to step outside their expectations, to detach from their opinions, to move without the need to be understood. And once a mind experiences that kind of freedom, it doesn't go back. It can't. That old version of you, the one that needed approval, the one that explained too much, the one that hesitated, second-guessed, softened itself just to fit into rooms that never deserved it. That version is still there. But now it's under control. Now it's contained. That's the duality they can't process. You didn't lose your good side. You just stopped letting it be exploited. You didn't become heartless. You became selective. You didn't turn into a villain. You just stopped playing the hero in a story where everyone else was reading from a different script. And that realization, that's what separates you now. Because while they're still reacting emotionally, impulsively, predictably, you've learned to pause, to observe, to choose. And that pause, That small, almost invisible gap between stimulus and response. That's where your power hides. That's where you decide who deserves access, who deserves silence, and who deserves nothing at all. And they feel it. Even if they can't articulate it, they feel the shift in your energy. You don't chase conversations anymore. They come to you. You don't prove your worth anymore. They try to define it for you. You don't fight for space anymore. You become the space people adjust around. And suddenly, you're not the one trying to be understood. They are. They're trying to figure out how you went from overlooked to unavoidable, from dismissed to discussed, from underestimated to quietly feared. And the answer is so simple it hurts. You stopped needing them. That's it. That's the switch. The moment you no longer need validation, approval, recognition, or even acknowledgement, you become dangerous. Because now your actions are no longer negotiable. They're not influenced by pressure, expectation, or emotional manipulation. They come from a place they can't reach. And when people can't reach the source of your decisions, they can't control the outcome. So they adapt. They adjust their tone. They clean up their words. They defend you in rooms you're not even in. Not because they suddenly respect you out of kindness, but because they're trying to stay on the right side of something they no longer understand. You. And here's the final twist. The part that would keep them up at night if they were honest with themselves. You're not doing this to them. You're not playing games. You're not manipulating the board. You're just being. Fully. Unapologetically. And that authenticity, sharpened by pain and refined by silence, hits harder than any strategy ever could. Because it's real. It's not performance. It's not temporary. It's not something they can wait out or outmaneuver. It's who you've become. So let them defend you. Let them rewrite their memories to make peace with their past mistakes. Let them pretend they always saw this coming. It doesn't matter, because you didn't evolve for them. You evolved because staying the same would have destroyed you. And now you walk into rooms without needing to announce yourself and still shift the atmosphere. You speak less and say more. You reveal nothing and somehow expose everything. You've become a contradiction they can't resolve. Calm but intense, detached but aware, silent but louder than their noise. And that's where it ends. Not with revenge,